Hello. So, I bought a van. So yes, I bought a 2009 Ford Transit low roof van, and the plan is, you can probably guess, to convert it into a fun weekend camper van situation. I'm not going full on camper van life. Like, I'm not having a shower. I'm having very minimal sort of electrics. Haven't fully decided my whole plan yet, but it's going to be very minimal and very essentials. So yeah, it's just a little option for when we want to travel, and instead of booking accommodation, because accommodation in Ireland is ridiculously expensive. Like, I booked accommodation in like a literal horse box in Donegal for June for 1 night or 2 nights, and it was like 200 quid, and I was like, this is just not on. And I was like, basically the same size, sleeping in the van. So yeah, I've got a van. This is something I've wanted to do for years, but I've always kind of felt like it was out of my reach. But then I've finally done it, and I actually have a van, so now it's just kind of like, get on with it and get started. So yeah, the plan today is literally just to strip all of this wood panelling out and give this van a good clean, because it's previously been a work van, a delivery van, all that kind of jazz, so it isn't currently the cleanest. It isn't bad, to be fair. Like, it's not, like, you wouldn't look at it and be like, this is stinking, but it's not clean.
No,
it's just not.
It's work done.
Yeah, so it just needs a little bit of a clean, and that's what we're going to do today, and then we're going to start the fun stuff at some point.
This one's got the wood bar.
Okay. We're looking okay? All good?
Yeah, that's alright.
Yoo-hoo! Hello. So, we've been getting on pretty well. We have taken off most of the internal panels, as you can see. I say we, like, Adam really did most of it because I couldn't get screws out. I did get a few, but I also, Adam did do most of them, and he also like crowbarred the floor out because, one, I was terrified of like damaging anything. Adam works on cars for a living, so he knows things a lot better than me, and two, he's also a lot stronger than me, so he did that. Then I give this floor a little bit of a sweep. We have a few areas that I'm a little bit like there's a little, like, they've kind of screwed through to the floor in a couple of places. Nothing major, hopefully nothing not fixable. I think it's from speaking to him, he's not really concerned about it, but I just worry. Yeah, there's just a few areas where they've like screwed through to the floor, and I'm like, why would they do that? Like, why? That is so silly. But apparently we just sealant it. I've been watching a lot of videos, so from what I've seen, we just put sealant on it. Basically, sand it down and, yeah, seal it up so there's no holes. Because holes are not good. Holes are not good. And hopefully they'll be okay. Nothing major. As you can see, we're pretty rust free. Yeah, pretty rust free. As you can see, there's one of the holes that I'm concerned about, because why? Like, why? Why would you do that? But I'm hoping it won't be anything too horrendous. We have also messaged Adam's friend, who is very good at this stuff, and hopefully he'll come back and be like, oh yeah, we can fix that. That's what I'm hoping for. Like, I got this van for a seriously good price, so I was expecting everything maybe not to be 100%. But for what I was expecting, I feel like we're looking okay. We're looking okay?
Yeah.
Yeah? So yeah, that's the update. Bit cleaner, still needs a bit more, but we have, that was loud, we have now stopped because Northern Irish weather is the most unreliable thing in the world. And I just don't want to be getting everything in there soaked. So yeah, that's the update. Gonna get some lunchy snacks and stuff and then probably call it a day because I don't see this rain going over, because in all seriousness that is not a great day. But we're off tomorrow and Tuesday, so we will have time to do little bits and bobs. Good morning guys, so it is now the next day and done a little bit more work on the van. Got the back panels off, they're sitting here. I got most of the screws out by myself, but there were some that were just a little bit too tight. I think there was maybe like 5 or so that were just a bit too tight and I couldn't get them, so had to enlist the help of Adam for them, but I did most of it myself, so I'm very proud. And yeah, got them off and now I'm giving it a big dust because it is a dusty mess. Look at this. I need to get these blocks off, but I'm really not sure what they are, so need to get them off because look at the amount of like dust that is collected all around them. So that's the first thing. Then I'm gonna give it a big scrub down and get like all of this dirt off, and then we're gonna sort this because the sooner the better we get this sorted, to be honest. And this is my nightmare one, but it actually looks worse on camera, to be honest, so it's not so bad. It's nothing unfixable, but yeah, that was the crack. Give it a big scrub it up dub, get it all cleaned up. Whoop. And then sort the little bits of rust. Welcome to day 3 of the van conversion cleanup situation. So today so far we have, so first up I got the hoover and just gave it a wee hoover over in the bits that were too hard to like clean up and like the wee dusty bits that we couldn't get with the brush. Give that a bit of a hoover and give it a bit of a wipe down with the turpentine whatever. So it's all cleaned up. Then we got the sander and the sandpaper and started to work on the rust. Obviously the van is from 2009, so like there is a little bit of rust in it. Nothing major, it could have been a lot worse, but unfortunately it's kind of just how it is. I was working with a budget and kind of expected there was going to be some things like that. So we're just sanding down the rust and then covering it with rust converter, so to kind of stop it being rust and stop it spreading and making it any worse. And that is how far we've got so far, so we have to leave the rust converter to do its magic, work into the rust and make it not rust anymore. And then we'll go over it with red oxide primer to stop any new rust from forming and just protect the metal. So that's the crack. Did a few filmy clips, but kind of feel like we're getting somewhere. I'll just be glad when all this bit is done. This is like the scary, tedious part. I'm like, oh no, what if there's problems? What if it all falls apart and I die? Just catastrophizing, really. Hello guys, so I haven't filmed for about a week or so, but slight progress has been made on the van. So obviously last time I showed you we'd, I think, just put on the crust and kind of decided that that bit needed welded. Since then we've kind of been like not doing so much on the inside, because until the welding is done I feel like we can't really do much else on the inside, so that's kind of on hold. Although I have applied the red oxide paint, so it kind of looks like a murder scene in here because there's just all these little spots of red. So on any of the exposed bits of metal or any of the holes or any of that, like anywhere where we put the crust or where we sanded or where we took screws out, I put on the red oxide paint. So there is currently 2 coats of that on. We put on one last night and I put on another one just there now. Then other than that, we have been working on the outside of the van. So this is the current situation. As you can see, it's a little bit red. So sanded, there's a little bit of rust around here. You might have seen that already. So we sanded that down, put on the crust, and oh look, we've got red oxide paint on the wheel. I hope that's not a big deal. On the tire, sorry. And then put 2 coats of red oxide paint there, so that's all red. Same here. That's just crust because that was still a little bit rusty, so I didn't put any more paint on there. I just put the first coat on there. And yeah, that's the crack. That's what we've done. Doesn't seem like a massive amount, but sanding, I swear to God, takes longer than you would think. So yeah, that's the progress. Not as far as I would like, but it's still progress. So we're all going good. Once I get this welding done, I think I'll feel a lot more at ease. It's just like I want to get it done, you know? So yeah, little van update. Don't know what the next one will be, but we'll see. Good evening, guys. So it is now probably a couple of weeks later, and again, progress has been pretty slow with the van, but we're getting somewhere. Major update, I did get my wheels welded, so they're all nice and red oxided. I decided to get both sides just because better safe than sorry, really. That was pretty much the reason. Just decided to get both of them. So they're both welded, crusted, sanded, red oxided, and we've kind of cleaned out the floor, found any little bits on the floor that need sanded, and cleaned it, and now we're gonna paint. We have some Hammerite Direct to Rust metal paint in smooth white, and tonight's job is going to be painting the floor from that middle seal back to here. So yeah, that is the crack. Very excited about that, and it'll be all nice and pretty and white and new, and then we'll cover it up and you can't even see it. Okay.
I hate paint.
And that is the floor, first coat painted, looking okay. It's looking alright. And we'll do another coat tomorrow? Yeah? Okay. That is the floor all soundproofed. Woohoo! There's actually things being put in the van. You have no idea how exciting this is to me. Because literally everything else has just been taking stuff out and fixing issues, and now we're actually beginning to put things in, and I'm so excited. So I think I might actually end this video here because I feel like we're now into like a part 2 where we're not just sorting the van, we're actually building the van. I'm very excited about it. So I hope you have enjoyed part 1 of the van build. If you have, make sure to hit the movie the video must and subscribe, because there'll be lots more van build and van adventure videos to come. So yeah, come along, join the fun, and I love you so much. I'll see you next week, hopefully. Bye!